It's
Hello.
your favorite Colorado Gays for Trump, again here spreading the great word of why Donald Trump is going to be the next best president for America.
Great word. Absolutely.
So one of our topics today that we're going to talk about is Trump's successes. Last night on our Periscope, we had a caller call in who said that he agrees with a lot of Trump's policies and ideas, but he's not the person to get them done, that he's going to not be able to move stuff through Congress. We feel just the opposite. I feel that Hillary Clinton is so hated that people are going to shut her down left and right and do everything they can to stop her. Whereas Trump is a great negotiator. I mean, look at what he's been through, everything he's accomplished.
Right, absolutely. I think it's so important to realize that when it comes to Congress and when it comes to the things that, has been stagnant for a very, very long time, Trump's the guy that's different. He's the guy that's going to get it done. He's the guy that is outside, and he knows how to get things done.
And he knows how to get things done ahead of time and under budget.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
What more could we ask for with that?
Right. And I feel like, look at the stalemate that Obama has seen for the past 8 years. Nothing has been done. 0 things have been done. And I think that Hillary Clinton is just a repeat of Obama. There's nothing different about her. Except she's probably better funded by more special interest groups than Obama was.
But she has her special interests to take into mind
right.
when passing all of these bills, laws, legislation, and whatnot. So she can't truly get to the heart of what's going to benefit America because she has all of these other people that she has to keep in mind.
Right, absolutely. And I think that if we all come together and support Donald Trump, he's going to get a lot done, right? He's going to get a lot done anyway, but I think the more backing he has, the more support that he has, the more that Congress realizes that, oh, wow, this is what the American people want, things will get done. So it's not just up to Donald Trump, it's up to us as his supporters to get things done. So spread your word.
And the best example that I can give as to why he is going to be the best for passing law, legislation, bills, et cetera, is he is egotistical. There's nothing wrong with that. He gets it done. He has a reputation to maintain and hold up.
Right.
He's going to go into Congress and he's going to have this idea of this just brilliant, overachieved plan of like a 15 out of a 10. Right. And by time Congress and everybody is done picking away at it and fixing it, he's going to walk out of there with still a 9, 10, or 11. Right. Whereas right now, Obama goes in with a maybe 8 of an idea, and he walks out with a 2, 3, 4 after, how long does it sit?
Exactly, and it sits for years, right, without anybody doing anything. We all know the stalemate in Washington. We get it, and it's driven mainly by special interests and corruption. We all know that as Americans. That's why Bernie Sanders did so well, because he was speaking out against the, establishment control. That's why Trump has a movement, is because he's speaking out against the establishment control. We know what the stalemate is. So I think that Trump, no matter who it is, I think Trump is going to be the person to get things done.
The best thing about it is I think he's going to be interactive with Congress. He's not going to say, all right, guys, here's my idea, have at it, I'll see it on my desk in X amount of time. He's going to go in there and he's going to be like, all right, it's been 2 weeks and nothing's moved on this?
Right.
What's going on? What are we agreeing on? What are we disagreeing on?
Right.
What can we improve? What do you want to see lowered or whatnot? Just stuff like that. And he's going to work with them and be like, okay, we have to come together on a common ground here. All right, we all agree on this idea, so let's hold on to that. Now let's build off of that.
Exactly.
I don't think he's just going to sit back and go golfing for, 4 years of his presidency?
Like somebody else we know.
We won't mention names.
We won't mention names, but I think we all know.
I think you can get a hint, and if you don't know, we'll tell you who it was next time. Next
Tell
video.
you on our Periscope tonight. How about that? But I think, I looked up, just regular random Google search, I looked up Trump's successes. We all know Trump is successful. Clearly we know Trump is successful. When I Googled searched Trump's successes, every single article that came up was Trump's failures. Every single one. I'm not blaming Google. I'm blaming on the articles that are written, because every single one of these articles that are being wrote are saying that Trump fails. This is clearly false.
It's not true.
Right? Clearly false. And if you don't believe me, just look at the statistics. Do your research. Trump is a private business. The Trump organization is a private business, not public. And the Trump Organization has higher profit margin percentages than some corporations do. Pfizer, Hyundai, even Apple. The Trump Organization has higher profit margins than these companies. And
That's
there's
a good
many,
thing.
many more companies, right? And he's a private business. That's what people have to understand. He gets it done because he knows how to lead and he knows how to manage. It's clearly evident throughout everything that he does.
Exactly.
So for like what I'm talking about, his revenue last year for the Trump Organization was $605 million, right? His profit off of the $605 million was $325 million just in profit. I mean, those are, if you even understand business slightly, you would understand how successful that is. So before you get on your high horse about, oh, Trump, you know, he's a terrible businessman like Hillary Clinton so claims, just look at the numbers and then come talk to us. And even with all of his projects, right? A project called 40 Wall Street, right on Wall Street, bought the building for $1 million. It's worth over $145 million today. These are the
That's a
kind of
big
things
increase.
that Donald Trump knows what he's doing. Okay, we can all agree that Donald Trump knows what he's doing when it comes to real estate and negotiation. I think I can talk about this all day long, and I think that the haters out there, because there are many, and they're too stupid to realize what true success is, because how can you put down a multi-billionaire and call him a failure? You're an idiot.
Let's talk about what everybody does focus on.
Let's do
What
it.
about his 4 bankruptcies, I ask you?
Oh, yes.
What a
Wasn't
horrible
he bankrupt
businessman.
4
He went bankrupt
times?
4 times. Tell me about that, please.
Right. Well, that's going to be interesting. I will tell you about that. He filed for restructuring of debt in Chapter 11. He negotiated his debt, which is what he does best, and he walked away very well from the situation.
And isn't it my understanding that many people that are in big corporations and businesses file bankruptcies?
It's true. Actually, a lot of them do.
Interesting.
And that's kind of the business paradigm, right? In bad times, people do file Chapter 11 to get out of tough times. It's a thing that happens, and especially in Atlantic City.
And didn't the Democrats set up that Chapter 11 bankruptcy to help out the
Well,
individuals?
in New Jersey, the Democrats set up subsidies to save Atlantic City, which is
Interesting.
what Donald Trump collected when he restructured with Chapter 11
You don't say.
on these 4 companies that everybody's
Huh.
freaking out about. Keeping in mind that these companies are still around today. Trump stepped away from them, but retained his name and still gets paid off of his name on these buildings, and they're still managed, and they were able to save the employees. They were able to save a lot of the stuff that was going wrong through these bankruptcies that you hate so much.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That
fascinating,
was a
isn't
great
it?
point to bring up.
I know.
Thank you for that. So
Uh,
hopefully that helped clarify a little bit for
Right.
all you haters out there.
Right. And I mean, if you don't want to look at Trump's specific business record because business doesn't excite you or whatever it may be, just look at how he's handling the campaign. He's spent the least out of money out of every single person. He's spending less money on TV ad campaigns than Jill Stein. Jill Stein,
Wow.
you know, that Greenpeace chick or whatever that's running for president that nobody knows who she is. Yeah, she's spending more in TV ads than Donald Trump. And Donald Trump's a major political candidate. So I think that we should understand how Donald Trump is financing his campaign and how he's keeping things reined in, right? I think he spent almost $80 million total to date, whereas Hillary Clinton has spent over $300 million total to date.
Special
So-
interest groups. Donald Trump has only received $19,500 from special interest groups.
It's
Hillary
true.
Clinton has received over $4.5 million.
And
That's a
Right.
lot of favors that you're going to have to fulfill and repay.
And those are just special interest groups. We're not even getting into super PACs or anything, you know, mega corporations.
I'm
like
sorry,
that,
that's
too.
what it was. It was
Yeah.
super PACs, not special interest
I
groups.
think she's gotten more in super PACs. but-
Regardless,
We'll
that's
see.
a lot of favors that you owe to a lot of people. How are you going to be able to put America truly first
Right, right.
when you have all these favors owed to different companies and different countries?
Absolutely.
Interesting.
It's fascinating to me how people can just overlook that and say, oh, you know, yeah, Hillary Clinton's been in the field for like 40 years, but, you know, I really can't name an accomplishment.
Nobody
But-
can.
but she's a Democrat, so that's okay, right?
And I'm a Democrat at heart, so I feel that we need to help people.
Right.
So I've got to vote for her.
It's a little short-sighted, to be honest with you. And I mean, if you really want to know about Trump's experiences, if you really want to know about Trump's successes, and instead of just reading these bashing news articles every single day, just look up what Trump has done. Look at specifically the Trump Tower, Trump World Trade Tower, AXA Financial Center, 40 Wall Street, which I already explained, Trump Entertainment Resorts, Riverside South, Trump Palace, Trump International Chicago, Trump Park Avenue, Palm Beach, Mar-a-Lago, Seven Springs, Beverly Hills, and the post office that he just built.
Those are
all
of
them
accomplishments.
Under budget and ahead of schedule.
Interesting.
Could you imagine if our government ran ahead of schedule
And under budget?
budget?
Whoa.
I can't even even fathom.
I can hear the $21 trillion in debt just chipping away.
Right.
It's baffling.
It's baffling, and I really feel for people that don't like Trump's tone. I understand what you're saying. I get it. But don't you think we need somebody a little aggressive? Don't you think we need somebody that's going to push us a little harder and actually move pieces from this stalemate that we're in? Don't you want somebody that's going to shake things up? I mean, quite honestly, isn't that something we want? Hillary Clinton is not going to shake anything up. She might, benefit foreign countries because of her donations, but yeah, I mean,
that's about it.
I just want somebody to shake things up. I want America to move in some way. I want America to get better, and I honestly feel that Donald Trump is the person to do that.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Right. I don't know. It's just sad to me. So sad when people just assume they have to vote for Hillary because she's a Democrat.
Putting aside tone, who the individual is, take a look at the policies. Mm-hmm. Take a look at who truly is trying to represent America. Figure that one out.
Right.
Who in every one of his speeches, every one of his policies, is putting America first? Right. That's Donald Trump. Right. Hillary Clinton is not.
Right. She's dividing you based on the color of your skin. She's dividing you based on your sexual orientation. She's dividing you based on whatever else there is in a minority group. And she's saying, you guys need to come together and fight this machine, and fight. It's a distraction. It's a distraction that exists every single election year.
And people on our Periscope every night, they put us into these groups.
Right.
Well, you misrepresent the gay community. Not everyone feels that way. First of all, we don't say that we represent the entire gay community.
Nor would we ever want to.
Exactly. When they say that, we say, no, we're not part of the gay community. We are part of America. We are Americans first.
Absolutely.
And that's how we identify ourselves.
That's what we should all be. We should all be Americans first. Every single one of us that lives here, right? We had a conversation with a Muslim American on our call-in. We have a call-in program during our Periscopes. If you want to check that out and talk to us, go ahead and give us a call. But she was explaining why she doesn't like Trump. And a lot of her anger towards Trump kind of fell flat when she realized, oh, wow, Donald Trump didn't say these things that I'm reading. A lot of her anger came from things that she read that she assumed were correct because she read it in an article.
One of her things was, according to the Human Rights Campaign, Donald Trump said, I don't remember what it was, but she said, Donald Trump said this. Right. So I went to the Human Rights Campaign and I found the article she was looking at, and I cut her off and I interrupted her and I said, no, there is nowhere in this article a direct quote right. from Donald Trump having said anything.
Right. And if you're a valid news organization, or if you're a valid journalist, you would at least put a quote that Trump said in there to base your opinions off of. But in the Human Rights Campaign, in this particular article, there were no quotes said by Trump. And she was just taking what they said as fact. And so, what Trump said was true. What Trump said always remains true, and that's the only reliable source of information that you can get about Trump is from him directly. From him directly. And I believe that 100%, because people are going to twist and turn things all over the media to make him look bad.
So I think on that note, we're going to end our YouTube video. Please, everybody, share with your friends. Help us get the word out. Share with your lovers, share with your haters, share with your friends, share with your enemies. We just want to get the word out to everybody that Trump is not an evil person. He is not a dictator. He is in this to win this for America.
Right.
He is going to do anything and everything possible to make sure that America is healthy and thriving again.
Absolutely. If you want to get in contact with us, check out our scopes. You can call us directly, and we can debate you over the phone. If you are a little shy but still want to get in contact with us, you can direct message us on Twitter, Politic Voice. Same thing with YouTube. It's Politic Voice. Or if you want to leave comments down below, we'll respond to comments down below. So just let us know, and we will look forward to hearing from you. So
thank you, everybody. We love you.
Love you. Bye.
All right, good evening, everybody. It's your favorite Colorado Gays for Trump.
Hello.
We're not saying that we represent all of the gay community here in Colorado or gays everywhere.
Nor would we want to.
But we are two gay individuals who are supporting Trump nonetheless. So last night on our Periscope, we had an individual who didn't necessarily think that Trump was the right person for the job. He is by no means a Hillary Clinton supporter, but he feels she is the lesser of two evils. We disagree completely.
Right.
But his main argument was that he would not be able to get the job done. He would be a messenger, and that is it. He speaks what everybody wants to hear, what everybody's thinking, but if elected, he would not actually be able to come through with anything, and we completely disagree with that.
Right. Right. His main point pretty much was to say that regardless of Trump's policies, I feel like Trump won't be able to get anything done. And I completely disagree with that 100%. I think that Trump is known for getting things done. I think in his experience and his businesses and everything that he's done, he always moves forward. He always gets things done and does it in a way that he sets his bar high, and then at the end of the day, he negotiates right to where he wanted to be in the whole time. So
Hillary Clinton, he said, she knows politics. She's been in politics for 40 years. Mind you, could not name one of her successes. He tried to go with Secretary of the State, but as Secretary of State, what did she do? He was left stumped.
Right.
Unable to answer the question. Anyway, but because she's been in politics for 40 years, she knows how to work the system. She knows how to work across the aisle to get things done, to bring her ideas and get them passed. However, we feel that because she's been in the politics for 40 years, nobody likes her. Nobody's going to do anything to try to even work with her.
And it's more than that. I feel like there's so many favors that she owes. There's so many people out there that she's negotiated with, and foreign countries, foreign leaders, and I feel like she has a lot of favors to fulfill. I don't think it's something that she can just ignore all these people that are giving her millions and millions and millions of dollars over the past 30 years. She knows that she's loyal to them, and I think that she would put them first before any American.
And that's sad, because if you have an idea that may be great to help out the American people, the American economy, you can't have that solely based on helping the American people and the American economy, because you have so many of these other special interest groups that you have to appease and make happy, that there's no way you're going to be able to walk away from that fully supporting the American people.
Right.
And that's something Donald Trump can do. And the best thing about him is he doesn't have these favors that he owes to anybody. So when he walks into Congress with an idea, they're going to negotiate it to the point where, like he said, like he's going to walk in with a 15 standard on a scale of 1 to 10. So when they're done negotiating it, it brings it down to a 10. We're still walking away with the best of the best. Whereas Hillary's going to walk in with, you know what, we'll give her the benefit of the doubt, say a 10. After all these special interest groups are taken into account, all these favors she owes, we're going to be walking away with a 3 or a 4 if we're lucky.
Absolutely. And that's what Obama does, right? Obama doesn't get anything done. It's a stalemate, right? I just feel like Hillary Clinton embodies the same thing President Barack Obama embodies, which is absolutely nothing, not moving forward, the same old politics,
Exactly.
The same old policies, and it's not going to make a difference. And I think Donald Trump is the guy that's going to make a difference. And just look at his history. Look at what Donald Trump has done. And is he successful? Is he not successful? We all know that he's successful. We all know that he's worth $10 billion, maybe $11 billion. Forbes put puts it at 4.5, but there's a lot of boxes that he checked, 50 million or more, so they don't even know what the real number
Exactly.
is. Regardless, 4.5 billion, 10 billion, 11 billion, I don't care.
At this point, it doesn't make a difference.
It's success, no matter which way that you slice it. No, he did not get where he was today by screwing people over. No, he did not get where he is today by collecting inheritance. From everything that we've ever learned about Donald Trump, he has been a hard worker, he's been dedicated, and he's done these things that nobody else would have dreamed of. Look at, for example, the profit margin in his company. So Trump Organization is a private organization. It's not corporate, it's not public, and his profit margins are higher than companies like Apple or Hyundai or Pfizer. Yes, Apple, his profit margins are higher
ridiculous.
Percentage-wise than Apple's are. And that's incredible. That's just kind of the determination, that's kind of the dedication that we need this country to see, or to see in this country. And I mean, you can go down the list, right? Look at all of his 515 subsidiaries, whether his name is attached to it or whether he owns it outright. We all know that he has done a great job. And I think it's shameful that the Democrats are trying to just bash his success over and over and over and over again. I really, really don't see anybody else in the private private business like that making that kind of money, making that kind of relationships with people, making anything like that. I think he's extremely successful.
What about the businesses that he has created?
Right. I mean, there's tons of them, right? Like I said, 515, but these are just a few that you can research, right? Just a few of them that is out of this world, right? Incredible. 515 of them, these are the big ones, right? Trump Tower, obviously in Manhattan, where he lives. Trump World Tower, AXA Financial Center, 40 Wall Street, Trump Entertainment Resorts, Riverside South, Trump Palace, Trump International Chicago, Trump Park Avenue, Palm Beach, Mar-a-Lago, Seven Springs, Beverly Hills, and the new post office, obviously, that everybody knows about, right down the street from the White House.
So you say 515, correct?
Yeah, I do.
What about the 4 that he went bankrupt on?
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you about that. So you can get all upset about these 4 bankruptcies, but Chapter 11 is restructuring of debt, right? So what happened essentially was in New Jersey. New Jersey went down, New Jersey tanked, and Trump couldn't handle it, right? I mean, he went down.
Along with other people.
Along with a lot of other New Jersey business owners, right? Because the market sucked. And he filed for Chapter 11, which was restructuring of debt, not following all the way through bankruptcy. The only reason why he did that was to collect subsidy.
Wasn't it the Democrats that allowed for that?
The subsidy, yes. Democrats did allow for the subsidy to collect on failing businesses in New Jersey at that time.
Interesting.
Yeah. And not only that, but he saved the companies, saved the employees. He stepped back from the companies, had somebody else step in, but he kept the name on the building, and he still gets name rights for the
So he didn't actually go bankrupt then?
No, he did not actually go bankrupt.
Huh. Funny how the media doesn't let you know that.
I know. And a lot of people just continue to be ignorant of that. And a lot of people just honestly believe that he went bankrupt. And the people that know that he didn't go bankrupt aren't going to tell you that he didn't. They just want to see Trump fall.
And the best part about it is, I've heard the media say multiple times that Trump has gone bankrupt 4 different times. But the media, who is supposed to be a clarifying source, give you the full story.
Right.
They don't explain to you that it's Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Right. It's not that he went bankrupt, his businesses lost all their money, and he failed, and
it's not like the Trump Organization went bankrupt, and it's not like Trump himself went bankrupt. We're talking about one subsidiary out of 515.
That's a success rate I can jump on board.
Exactly. That's a success rate we can all jump on board with. But I understood the guy's point. Our caller earlier, his whole point was, how do I know, how can I trust that things are going to get done by Trump? And I understand why he's saying that, because we have been through the past 20 years without anything getting done. Or if it has gotten done, it's very minimal, very slow growth, very horrible policies. Stagnant growth, yeah, absolutely. And I can see why he says that. But Trump has been a fighter his entire life. Trump is the guy that always one-ups people, right? He's always the guy that puts it first and goes hard with everything that he does. So I really don't think that it's going to be a problem. I don't think he's going to have a lot of hesitation from Congress. But the thing that's going to help Trump the most is if us, his supporters, stand behind him 100% on his policies, because those congressmen are going to know, oh crap, the entire population wants this done, or the majority of the population wants this done, and that's why it's so important for us to support everything Donald Trump does.
And one thing I want to stress is, on a mass majority of all of Donald Trump's business projects, he gets it done ahead of time, under budget.
Yep.
That is something that this country needs. And when he has an idea, a bill, a law, something that he wants to pass through Congress, if he doesn't hear back from them within, I would say, honestly, a week, he is going to go into Congress, into the Senate himself, and he's going to sit down with them and say, what's going on here? What are we stuck on? He is going to negotiate with them. He's not going to sit there and let them, hash it out and negotiate on their own terms. And, hopefully 6 months later, we're going to get some results from what is going on here. I think he's going to sit down there and say, okay, listen, we agree on this core belief right here. Let's work off of that.
Absolutely.
Okay, half of us don't agree on this, half of us agree on this. Okay, so what can we do to find compromise on that?
Right.
And that's one huge thing that during the primaries, Ted Cruz always bashed him on. Oh, he's a negotiator. He's going to back down from what he believes in. No, he's going to walk in with a 15, so he leaves with at least a 10 or 11.
Absolutely.
And that's what we need in a president.
Yeah, that's the only way things get done, especially in a country as divided as this, when half of the people don't even listen and the other half want to fight so hard for what they believe in and nobody can agree. That is why negotiation is important right there. We have to have negotiation. We have to have people explaining to each other what they believe and find some common ground and build from there. That's exactly what we need, and Donald Trump is the one to bring it,
exactly.
Not Hillary Clinton, and I think we can all agree on that.
So all of you people on that note, please share our videos with your friends, your lovers, your haters, your enemies, your besties, whomever you want to be. We want to get the word out. We want to open eyes to people, open eyes of people, and let them know that Donald Trump is a good man. Do your research. I know that's a lot to ask, but please do your research. If you see something that's too good to be true, it probably is.
If you see something that's too bad to be true, it's probably too bad to be true as well. It goes the other way.
Exactly. So look at the full picture. Don't just take the little media news clip, but please subscribe to us on here. We do videos every day. Go to our Periscope, 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time nightly. It's A Politic Voice. Our email is apoliticvoice@gmail.com. We're going to be out here in Colorado registering voters. We're going to be doing voter registration drives. So any of you Colorado people, if you want to jump on board with us, please get in contact with us.
Absolutely.
We have to make the state red again, and we need to make this country red. It's for the benefit of everybody.
Right.
And when I say everybody, I mean Americans, both poor to the rich, everybody.
Everyone.
We need to take care of America.
Yep. And nationalist is not a bad thing. Nationalism is not a bad thing. I will leave you with this. If you want to debate us directly, or if you want to talk to us directly, whatever you want to do, just go ahead and join our scope tonight, and we'll give you the phone number there, and you can call in, and we can have an open, honest conversation on what we believe.
Sorry, everybody. We have a thunderstorm coming in here. So, A Politic Voice, we love you all, and we will be in touch.
Bye.
Bye.